Greetings, everyone, and a warm welcome to my YouTube channel. Here we dive into the act of writing clean code. If you are new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and embark on this coding journey with us. Your support means a lot, and I'm excited to have you on board. Today we'll be diving into Golang web development. We'll be focusing on Laravel developers that want to make a smooth transition to a new framework that is coming up really strong called Goravel. If you're a Laravel developer, you're looking to explore Golang potentials, or you're simply curious about this raising framework, I advise you stay tuned as we'll be looking at journey to explore basically what this new framework is all about. So basically, let's start with why should Laravel developers consider Goravel? Well, just like just like finding a familiar friends in a new city, Goravel heavily borrow most of its structure from Laravel syntax, making it learning curve much easier. So you can leverage on your existing knowledge from Laravel while rapidly benefiting Golang speed, concurrency, and modern features. So, all right, but before we step into Goravel, it's important that we understand and install Golang. So, if you look at my screen here, if you're using Linux or Mac or Windows, you just have to go through this instruction guide and install your Golang basically before we go into Goravel. You know, Goravel is just a framework that is built on our Go language. So, if you have already done the installation on my computer, you can also set your path environment variables, especially if you this is optional, but if you are considering doing well organized project, I advise you do this. So after you are done with this, you just need to test the version and see if, the version of your Golang by coming to your terminal and tapping Go version. So if you do this, if you look at what I have here, uh, can look at the version I have. So that is just it. Then you'll be ready to now dive into Goravel. So let's move into Goravel. All right. So first, I'll create a folder. I'll open a folder. I'll create a folder. Let's call it Goravel, basically. For the sake of this tutorial, let's create Goravel. So I will now drag it to my editor using VS Code. You can use anyone that you are more familiar with. Yeah, so let me close these notifications. And then I'll open my terminal, and then I'll just paste what I copied from the documentation, basically just cloning the framework. So as you can see, it's running very fast, and it's done already. So if you could look at what we have here, this is from our app folder to Bootstrap, and everything is just like more like Laravel, right? Yeah. So we have all the config. You have database where you can run your migrations and your seeders, and we have our route, and we even have .env, right? We have all those things. If you go to app, you will see we have our controller, and we have our middlewares, and we have the modules, and everything more like Laravel. Yeah. So we'll be looking at this more later, but now let's go back and install some dependency. Yeah, you copy this and you install your dependency, you cd into the location, and let's install dependency. This should install some dependency by default, but I've already done that. That's why you see there's nothing installing from my end. Yeah, so that's why. So let's have the env basically just like Laravel, you have .env example. So we'll copy it to our .env, which is what we'll be using. So if you could look at what we have here, if I run this, it is going to create .env. As you can see, it has created it already, just like Laravel, guys. So if you are a Laravel person, as I said, in as much as the languages are different, this framework make it easier for you to learn and get other things right on time. So this is I'll get the generate the API key, just the unique key for each project, right? So this is going to generate that API key. Basically start the project. Go run dot just basically start the project. Yeah. So uh, it has generated the app key already. If you can see from my screen, to generate the app key. Yeah, so that's just it for getting your project set up. Now you can just start writing your codes if you're familiar with Go. But if you're not familiar, if this is an area you want us to explore, if you want to explore Go more, I will highly recommend it because it's a give an avenue to explore something new, learn something new, and add something to your CV. And it's going to be easier for you if you're coming from Laravel, just like I've already mentioned it, because the frameworks are similar. So that is just it for this, guys. Please stay subscribed, leave a comment if you want us to do this. This is where I'll be stopping for this episode.